Okay. Hello, hello, hello. Welcome, everyone. Welcome. For those of y'all who know my other channel, The Business, y'all know I'm Stoney. I hope everyone is doing well today. This channel is kind of new to me. Past couple days, things have been happening, and I said screw it, and I posted 2 videos. So, I mean, y'all can go check them out, but honestly, it kind of starts right here, right now, today. All right? This channel is called Stone Cold Stoney because it is going to be about my life and the things that I have gone through and the truth about kind of who I am, why I am the way I am, and just a bunch of fucked up shit that's happened to me. This channel is for anyone, regardless of country, sex, religion, race, any of that shit. It doesn't matter who the fuck you are. If you've been through some traumatic experiences, if you've been through anything like I've been through, guys, this is a safe place to talk about it. All right. For, I guess, legal purposes and stuff like that, disclaimer. This is not medical or psychological advice. Please seek the help of a medical professional. This channel, or Stone Cold Tarot L.L.C. is not liable for any decisions that y'all make based off of this video or any of the other videos on this channel. This is purely just to honestly get the shit that happened to me out there and help anyone who went through the same shit know that they are not alone and that it is possible to move on with your life after experiencing something that traumatic. Okay? Y'all get y'all's coffee, get your tea, get it whatever the fuck you drink in the morning. If y'all caught the live that I did for the business, thank y'all for coming over here. I really appreciate it. Y'all make sure y'all hit the like button. Make sure y'all subscribe. Like I said, this is a new channel. This is only the 3rd video on it. We'll see how it goes. Where to start? Dun, dun, dun. Might as well start at the beginning. Okay? When I was born. Alright? So... my ear is ringing. So, okay. Let's start at the very beginning. Before I was born. Before I was conceived... my mother, who was very young at the time, she was, I believe, 16, something like that, if I remember correctly. And she was raped by someone who was dating someone in her family, an entitled piece of shit who thought he was entitled to anything that he fucking wanted just because, to be honest, he had a rich mommy and daddy. Okay? So he raped my mother, and I am the product of that rape. Well, due to stature and bullshit and a bunch of other shit, since I was not a male baby, to my understanding, now I could be wrong, what I've heard over the years and what I have pieced together in my life is my father basically sacrificed me to a cultic following, is what I will say. Okay. In doing so, my mother. Oh, my connection is unstable. Please wait and retry connecting. That's fucked up. There it goes. So my mother was smart enough to get me away from all that shit and basically put me in hiding. So a lot of people thought I died that day. Well, apparently in those little circles, it came out that I was not dead and I was simply alive but hidden very well. In doing so, my mother caused an uproar because this started a whole bunch of drama. Okay? Basically, I was not supposed to be alive because of who I am and what I am entitled to. And I say entitled because that's how it is. To be honest with you, ain't nobody entitled to shit in this fucking world. But I mean, certain bloodlines, certain inheritances, blah, 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 blah. Fuck all that shit. Basically, motherfucker tried to kill me, tried to sacrifice me. My mom said, fuck no. She hid me away, right? And it's 11:11 as I'm speaking on this. So I take that as a sign that I'm doing what I'm supposed to be doing. Y'all please like this video. So, and I know I'm not the only one that this has happened to. So guys, come forward. It's time to expose this shit. My mom hid me away, and it was found out that I was actually hidden away and not killed. So my mother eventually was basically forced to marry this guy for aesthetic purposes, because nobody knew that they had a kid, but if it ever came out, they wanted to make sure, oh no, they were married and blah blah blah. It's a bunch of horse shit. And so I got to see my mom every once in a while and stuff like that. I knew that I was in danger pretty much my whole life. I knew my dad fucking hated me and stuff like that. And to be honest, he's a fucking piece of shit. And well, he's getting his karma if he hasn't got it already. I honestly don't know. There's like different versions of shit that I've heard. But and I don't know if it was my dad that sacrificed me or like a grandfather or something, because like I said, I've heard like a couple different stories. And guys, I was a baby. I was too young to piece shit together. But like as I've grown, speaking to certain people and going through incidences that I've had, I've kind of pieced together that I was hidden by possibly both of my parents, and I was actually somebody tried to sacrifice me who was not my parents. To my understanding, it was most likely my great-grandparents, because they didn't want anyone to know that that child had been born, because I was not born a male. It's fucking bullshit. Back then, you know, they're worried about looks and shit like that. So, all that shit happens, and basically it got to where my mom felt she couldn't protect me anymore. So she sent me to be adopted. Okay? To my understanding, the first adoption that I went through was to a family member. Okay? I don't know if it was a distant family member of my father's or a distant family member of my mother's or what, but in this time, the people that I was adopted to be honest, I believe hated me because of who I was. And the mother allowed me to be sexually abused by the person that she was with. Okay? At the time, I was very, very young. I'm talking adolescent, very like child, talking under 5. Okay? And this proceeded to go on for years until CPS got involved. So I remember being taken away by CPS, all right? And I remember being put in a like CPS institution and stuff like that. To be honest with you guys, it looked like a fucking prison. I also remember escaping from the CPS institution and, you know, fuckingly enough, going home to those people who I considered to be my family, because it was really kind of all I knew after being taken away from my real mother. So eventually CPS came and got me again and was like, hey, you can't just run away from a CPS institution, blah, 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 blah. And they adopted me out to the people that are basically known as my parents today. Okay? This is where it gets really fucked up. So, to my understanding, they are somewhat related to my real mother and or father. And I believe both adoptions, I was kind of adopted out to some kind of family, and they knew who I was. Okay? They never thought, okay, so the adopted mother, evil, fucking evil. I don't give a fuck what you say. I don't care if you know her. That bitch is evil. Okay? They basically They did the adoption in a different state. That way the records would be sealed and it would be harder for me to go and get any birth certificate or anything like that of my real name. They changed my name, which is where my name comes from. Stoney is a nickname. Obviously, I'm not going to necessarily release my real name on this bitch, but I'm sure if you fucking dig hard enough, you're going to fucking find it. So, it is what it is. But they changed my name. They changed my birthday. They got this whole new birth certificate, and they hid me away for like years, right? And, in this time, they had heard what happened to me and why I was taken away from CPS. So, the mother figured she could capitalize on it. She then sold me to basically the highest bidder and kind of planned out my life to these bidders. So at the time I was 8, I knew which guys I would be fucking, when I would be screwing them, how old I would be, what children I would be having with these motherfuckers because they paid to have a child by me, and etc., etc., etc. This shit is real. It's called sex trafficking. It's a different version than, you know, what you typically hear, I guess, because it was all kind of done at home. And I don't know. Anytime that this would come up, I would be told I was crazy, or they would send me to an institution in which the adopted mother had a friend that worked there, and they would send me under the name of Jane Doe, and they would do like shock treatment therapy, and they would give me things to drink that would cause amnesia. Okay? And like I said, guys, these really fucked up situations. They would put shit in my food to kind of make me docile and just to go along with it. They would tell me lies, and, you know, every once in a while I would come to and I would be like, hey, fuck you, I'm not doing this shit, and I would rebel. Well, my first adopted mother, she would kidnap me from these people and, you know, bring me back to the state I was familiar with that I actually called home, which is California. A lot of people think I was born in Florida. It is what it is. That is the birth certificate that they gave me whenever they did the second adoption. I do consider California home. One of my homes, to be honest with you. But it is where I remember a lot of my childhood being, like my childhood. So she would kidnap me. And then my adoptive father, he was always on my side. He wasn't a perfect man, but he tried to help as much as he could, I guess, for what was going on. So he would explain to me certain things, and he would be like, look, she knows she's not supposed to come and get you, so that's why I had to come and kidnap you back. Basically, it was like this really fucked up game of let's see who can kidnap her the longest. And I don't know, like, it goes more fucked up into the effect that nobody really knew I was missing and stuff like that, because it would be at certain times, you know, like after the school year or Christmas break, and, you know, sometimes they would use like a doppelganger or a twin. Something that I've heard is that I am a twin, and, you know, I don't fucking know. Honestly, a bunch of it is some bullshit, but that's how it started. And my whole life I've had to live with certain things like that. And anytime I would remember my, like, real parents, you know, before the adoption, that's when it would get serious. And that's when, you know, she would contact, the adopted mother would contact her friend that worked at the whatever fucking place it was. And that's when they would send me under a different name to said place. And they would give me a bunch of drugs and, you know, tell me to go to sleep, that I was fucking dreaming, or that it wasn't real, and this, that, and the other, that I had never been adopted, and that my adopted parents were the only parents I've ever had, and shit like that. But I'm sorry, no, okay? I have memories from when I was a kid before y'all adopted me. And that's the thing that they were trying to make me forget. And I say they, however, the adopted father did not want me to forget and made it a point to tell me certain shit throughout my life, to be like, hey, you need to remember this, okay? You need to remember this. I don't feel like he, I do feel like, I feel like he was part of my real family, okay? I feel like his family is somehow connected to my real, actual family, okay? So he would make it a point to, hey, everything's going to be fine. One day you're going to get through this, and, you know, it is what it is. And his mom was a godsend. She was my angel through all of this. And, I mean, growing up in this, I didn't really know how to take it, because I would be this person that, you know, everybody knew is this one thing, and this is my life, and this is how everything's supposed to be. And then I would get kidnapped and taken to, you know, basically my real life. And, you know, I would see my friends, I would see people that I've known, you know, and like, then all of a sudden I'd be back in Texas and everything would be normal. And, you know, there's people that think that they've known me my whole life and everything like that. And I would have to play this role. Okay. I tell y'all all this because it has affected my life in such a manner. Hey, 1EQL. Hey. Thank y'all. Thank you so much for coming. I appreciate it. If you missed, you know, whatever, we've covered my conception, and then from on to basically how I was kind of raised, moving in between California, Texas, and I guess Florida. I don't really remember too much of Florida, but I remember palm trees and the shit that would go on. I remember who I was passed around to. A lot of it is, how do I put this? Very rich people who, you know, could pay whatever the fuck. And I know I'm not the only one that has been through this, because there were others there. There were other little girls and little boys going through the exact same thing that I was going through. Guys, the world is evil. Where in Florida? Seminole County, Duval County, Jacksonville, Florida. But I'm technically from, and that's where it gets weird. I'm sort of from California, and then Florida, and then Texas. It's really fucked up, and then other places other than those three. Okay, but those are the main three that I sort of remember. And like I said, I barely remember Florida, but I've gone back a couple different times. So I tell y'all this because I know I'm not the only one that this has happened to. And I know they tell us to cover it up and everything like that. But guys, it's time for everyone to expose the bullshit that they have been through, so maybe we can help the kids in the future who are still going through this shit, who are just now starting to go through this shit. That's a rough place. Duval County got that real crazy people, laugh out loud. Like they need meds 3 times per day. That's what they tell you. That's what they tell you. But guys, all I'm trying to do is give everybody a safe place to talk about their shit. Because, I mean, like I said, I was sold basically to the highest bidder. And they had my life planned out to the point, even when I became successful as a teenager, I became successful in my normal life. I'm talking successful, like record label owner, okay? Signing a lot of the people that y'all know today is like really famous. But I was the people I was working with didn't necessarily realize why I couldn't be in the public eye. And it is because I had already been sold at certain times. So I had to push away people who loved me. I had to turn down wedding rings. I had to push away people that I loved because I knew I would have to screw someone in so and so year and have a child with them, and I would rather push them away than have them go through the pain of me having to cheat on them without no explanation. No explanation, no nothing. Just, hey, I gotta go and, do this because my fucking adopted parent, and I say parent because it is a fucking mother who controlled my estate, my trust fund that she never told me about, but was siphoning and supporting all of her fucking family, paying off a bunch of fucking people to basically try and keep me quiet. I mean, guys, this continued for a really long time, like up into my adulthood. Like I said, I had to turn away people that, like, I loved because I knew I would have to do these things. I knew I would have to have certain kids with certain people. Now, those of y'all who know me, y'all know I have 3 children. Okay? I love my 3 children so much, but I do have more children out there. Unfortunately, I am not able to see them. Okay? A lot of people just think I'm fucking crazy and that there's all these extenuating circumstances and blah, 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 blah. But no, it's because of certain things that fucking happened. And I don't really know how to go about this channel, to be honest with you, because of the fucked up shit that has happened to me and that I know is happening to other children right now. All I'm trying to do is protect my children from not ever having to go through that. I need some coffee. These people have kept me down. They have recruited other people to do their bidding, including and not limited to, people I was involved with romantically, friends of mine that they sent to be in my life to be friends so they could keep an eye on me, so they could control me, so they could control where I was because they had somebody who was pretending to be me. These people had me declared incompetent under my real name. They had me declared incompetent so they could steal my disability check, so they could steal my trust fund, so they could steal my inheritance, and so they could steal my estate. So technically, my soon-to-be ex-husband is the conservator of said estate, but he denies the existence of it. He tells me I'm crazy and everything else and blah, 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 while he is literally, to my understanding, spending it and having some bitch run around with my identity. I mean, this fool has literally moved bitches into apartments that I have gotten because I was going to leave his fucking ass. He moved a bitch in there, stole my passport, stole my identification, stole my entire fucking wallet, debit card, bank accounts, everything. Assumed my fucking identity. All right? While I'm stuck living in an abusive ass fucking marriage and shit like that, being fed fucking drugs and everything like that, while people just think that I'm going through addictions and this. No, that's not what fucking happened. Okay? Was a sign and his birthday month and day. I'm not gonna say all that, but he a Leo. He a Leo. I'm a Scorpio, he a Leo, supposedly a Scorpio, and he a Leo. He's a fucking narcissistic piece of shit, and eventually he'll fucking get his day. Okay? But I ain't about that life. That's all up to God and karma and everything like that. All I'm trying to do is tell my story. All right? And if y'all got a problem with that, anybody got a problem with that, if you wanted them spies, because somebody's been on here since I started, and they still haven't liked the video. But they've watched the whole fucking thing. So you probably wanted them little spies. So look. If you were ever somebody that I I clicked with and I vibed with and I actually got close to and I cared about. And then all of a sudden I asked you a question like, what is one thing that I could do that you would never fuck with me again? And I did it the next day. It was because I cared about you. And I didn't want you wrapped up in this type of shit. Okay? There's friends. There's people that I considered family. There's, you know, people that I loved that I pushed away that probably could have handled the truth, but if I had told them the truth, there's people that I've told the truth that have disappeared. Just straight up disappeared or died under mysterious fucking circumstances. And I'm over here like, oh, okay. I just escaped a Leo. Understand exactly what you were saying. People have no idea as to how evil Leo can be. And guess what, that mom I am complaining about is a Leo. Oh, shit. Look, and here's the thing. Not all Leos are bad. I've met some loyal ass Leos, okay? However, you know, birth signs are birth signs. It is what it is, okay? Same thing could be said about Scorpios and fucking Geminis and everything else in between. All right? I've met some good Leos. I've met some shitty Leos. But the thing is this isn't astrology channel. This is just people. All right? But I'm tired of this affecting my life because it affects my life to this day. To this day, they will send people to corrupt officials in the city that I live in so they can break into my apartments, so they can break into my car, so they can putting shit in my food and we would get sick.